Hey guys, it's your friend in the neighborhood, Fun with AJ here today, and I just wanted to go over quick something that's been a hype factor for YouTube videos in general, lately a content factor, and that is the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus from Samsung. And I want to talk about it because I am a Samsung device owner for the last 3 generations. This is the S5, Galaxy S5, 16 gig model. I've had it for 3 years now, I believe, and it started to really seize up with space, and it got slower after the first year. Before that, I had the S3, and before that, I think it was the S2 I had. Prior to Samsung, prior to the S2, I had G1, the first Android phone on Google. Prior to that, I had a Nokia. Prior to that, flip phone. Prior to that, another Nokia. So I've had a lot of phones. I've been in kind of the mobile phone industry for a while, purchasing phones. And I want to tell you what made me decide to suddenly upgrade. Other than the slowness of the S5, the things I liked about the S5 were the removable battery, which it seems like no carrier is doing anymore because apparently they now trust their batteries, which I'm not so sure about. Because if you guys don't know, phone batteries, what they use now, I think it's the lithium ions. I can double check for everybody. Yeah, the lithium ion batteries they use, they degrade after a certain amount of time, usually a year. So first year your phone, you'll be charging good. After the first year, you'll see you only get like 90 to 80 to 70% of what it used to charge the first year. So that's why I loved removable batteries with cell phones, smartphones, but the whole industry has gone, because of Apple in my opinion, to non-removable batteries. So what that means is the company you invest with for a device better be putting in a good mobile battery, otherwise your degradation is going to go jump. Like the Galaxy S7 degradation was like 80 or 85% after the first year. The new S8 is supposed to be 90+% after the first year, which I don't know if I believe. It's just a test benchmark. So that's one of the reasons why I like this phone and I'm upgrading. The Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus don't have that, but from what I hear, the battery life is great because they have the management app, which I have on here, Samsung Battery Management app, which came with a recent update about 6 months ago, and now it saves my battery. I used to have this for 8 hours a day and it would die, and now it's like 15 hours a day until it dies. Almost double. Another thing is the micro SD card, which on my phone, once again I'll take this off, is in the back there. If you guys can see that. I always use a micro SD card. It's a deal breaker for me if a phone doesn't have one. Now I didn't get the S7 because, or maybe it was the S6, one of the two, because they didn't have a micro SD card slot. If you don't have expandable memory, I would never buy your phone. That's the way I feel. Why? Because I fill up my phones. The internal storage is the first thing that fills for this. Right now I'm at 15.85 gigs out of 16 gigs on internal, and I've moved stuff over to my micro SD card, but I can't move any more because some of these apps are hard-coded to be internal storage only. So that being said, that's a deal breaker for me. The S8 Plus and S8 now have micro SD card slot expansion, so that's a huge plus for me. Another thing I liked about this phone is it was semi-waterproof. I think it was IP67 waterproofing on this. The new S8. It's IP68, so you can submerge it in water for a certain amount of time and it won't get ruined, and I've seen video tests of it. Some other things I really liked about the S8 and S8 Plus, that infinity display. You ever hear everybody talking about it? I went to local phone carriers and I saw it. It is as good as they say it is. It's way better than any iPhone I've ever seen. Colors are vibrant. When you have Quad HD enabled, very nice. Finally, I think if you're getting it, you're future-proofing yourself until the S9 comes out, which is probably a year or two away, but probably a year. But I was ready personally. I was end of life cycle on the S5, so that's why I upgraded. And so you guys know, whether it was between the S8 and S8 Plus, I kind of jumped around with the idea for a while. I wanted the S8 mainly because I thought the S8 Plus's screen was overwhelmingly too big. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to hold a LED TV in my hand, and that's what the S8 Plus looked like to me. But then I did some research. The specs are the same, except the resolution on the S8 is actually a little better than the S8 Plus, but the screen is bigger than the S8 Plus. But that being said, I found out that the S8 Plus has 500 more, I guess it's milliamp hours on the battery than the S8. So I thought to myself, yeah, the screen's going to use some of that, but it's better to have a bigger battery that degrades over time longer versus a smaller battery. So that's why I went with the S8 Plus. I also got it for like $300 off retail for my carrier because I've been with them for like 20 years now. So that's why I got the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus and why I've pre-ordered it. I also like that they had the pre-order offers for a 256 gigabyte SD card, micro SD card, which is their top of the line one. That's a hit for me. Like I said, I use micro SD cards everywhere. Got one here, got one in my MacBook Pro, got one in my NVIDIA Shield. I've got 3 in my cameras throughout the house. I've got one in my tablet, my Android tablet. I got one in my fiance's phone. I mean, I use micro SD cards. So that's just my input. I wanted to give you guys a rundown of which phone I'm getting and why. I was thinking about the LG G6 for a while, but I've watched some reviews and it gets a little sluggish at certain points, and it looks, I mean honestly, it looks exactly like the Galaxy S5 except a little bigger. So you still have the edges, you still have the problems with the edges. I forgot another thing. Another reason why I like the S8 Plus versus like an iPhone, I'll never go with the iPhone because of the battery thing, but that being said, none of them have removed, the S8s have removed the headphone jack. And I use Bose headphones all the time. A nice pair, it's like $100. They have a wireless one that's like $350, but if you're like me and you don't have that much money, you need a headphone jack if you want the best headphones. So that's another reason why I got the S8 Plus. So those are my reasons. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for subscribing. We're at 400 subscribers right now. And until next time, this is your friendly neighborhood Fun with AJ.